Hey, what's up, guys? Katy Chang here, mindset and manifestation coach, bringing you yet another video diary where I talk about all things law of attraction, manifestation, and abundance. In this week's video diary, I am going to talk about the difference between your intuition versus your mind and how to spot the difference. So, I am still at fault for falling into this, thinking that it is my intuition, but it's really my mind, the over analytical, chaotic processes of my mind that are speaking. And I got into so much trouble um, just a few months ago when I was planning my Costa Rica trip. And basically, the lesson there was I was allowing so many outside influences from my friends who I really hold in high regards. They're very spiritual, but I put them too high of regards, right? Because they're spiritual, I started to not listen to what I wanted and my gut saying, this is not the time to go to Costa Rica. How are you going to cram so many things, so many tours, experiences in just a span of 3 days? And this was at the time when we had to get COVID tested too to re enter. So I had to cram in going to the lab within the 3 day period, right? So it felt really heavy to me, but all these other people were saying, oh my God, we're going to live vicariously through you, Katy. You're so lucky to go to Costa Rica. Oh, I want to move back to Costa Rica. What a wonderful time. You're going to have a transformational experience. Your life is never going to be the same. So even though my intuition and my gut was like, red flag, do not go. This is not the right time. This is so much stress. This is so painful. Like, don't go. I was like, well, everybody wants me to go, and yeah, it is going to be an amazing experience. And who doesn't want to go? And what am I to be so ungrateful for not wanting to go to Costa Rica, right? So I continue to push through, even though my gut was saying no. And I'm just going to say it blew up in my face, with expenses, me canceling the trip 1 week before, me having a really creepy guy come into my life. And it was just terrible. And so now I'm really working on calibrating what's the difference between, what my mind is telling me versus what my gut is telling me. And I really wanted to share that with you because I'm sure we've all had similar experiences where we're like, okay, this feels right, but I don't know why I'm so hesitant. Oh, wait, you know what? I'm hesitant because, I'm being over analytical. I should just push through it, right? I've been there as well because I'm trying to like grow as a person, right? So I'm like not letting my past traumas dictate my future. So I become over analytical with trying to be all like spiritually awake and going with the flow. But yeah, your gut knows so much, and it knows what's best for you. And so all I can say is, first of all, we need to stop asking our friends their opinion, because outside factors really plague and kind of quiet what our gut and our intuition is saying to us. And they definitely have a huge influence. And it usually, if you look back, sometimes may steer us astray, right? Um, so, how do we settle into our intuition? Well, let's just first know the difference between whether it's your mind or your intuition speaking. So, when your mind is speaking, it feels like complete analysis paralysis, right? You have been letting the scenario fester in your brain a little too long. It feels like chaos. It feels like anxiety, worry, panic. It feels actually very heavy as well. So that's why you usually go to your family or your friends for their opinion and their advice. And that's when you know this is no longer your freaking intuition speaking. This is not your higher self speaking because you are going into the 3D world even more, right? So it feels heavy, right? Your intuition should feel light. Usually it feels very calm, peaceful, happy, maybe even a little exciting when it speaks to you. And usually it's when you are calm, peaceful, and happy. Um, that's one of the great ways of tapping into your intuition, is to find that calm and that peace and that joy. And how do I do that? Is I need to silence my mind so that I get out of my mind and out of chitter chatter and back into my heart space, which is where my intuition and what my inner guides really want me to do and how they speak to me. So, how do you do that? Okay, so now we know the difference between the mind, which is chaos, heaviness, and intuition, which is light, calm, and peaceful. How do we get into that state of mind of peace so we know our intuition is speaking? How do we actually ask our intuition, our inner guides, what the heck am I supposed to do with this case scenario, right? So I love meditating, and I know a lot of people say, hey, it's really hard for me to meditate. I can't quiet my mind. I invite you to try this one activity. Try to focus on a white noise, and it could be like somebody mowing the lawn, it could be like the air conditioner. If you're in your car, it could be the nice vibration of the engine. And I know some people will be like, well, that's really distracting, that's really annoying. It actually isn't, because it's one tone, right? It's just one tone that you're focusing on. And if you just focus on the monotony of that white noise, of that one tone, you'll notice you start to drown out your inner thoughts, like all the conversations, because you're just listening to the like that, like vibration, right? And once you feel that you settle into a state of calm, that's when you do the second step, which is to ask your higher self or source, or if you believe in a God, like, please, like, let me know that my intuition is speaking to me. How do I know it is? Show me a sign so that I am very clear that this is my intuition and not my thoughts. What do I do about this and this and this scenario? And you would hear it. You could actually feel it. And it's like this like awakening. And sometimes it's, for me, it's instant, where I'm like, holy cow, I now know what to do. Or holy cow, I know which one to hire. I'm looking for a painter, and I was between these two guys, and they're both great painters. But I was like, this kid, I want to give him a chance. I don't know why. For some reason, I'm gravitated to giving this little younger painter an opportunity. And lo and behold, when I made that decision, it's really funny. Like, the other painter has not gotten back to me in terms of giving me a price quote, when their availability is. It's just like the universe literally just guided me with my intuition and my gut, and then they removed all obstacles. Um, so yeah, that's my best recommendation, is to silence the mind by focusing on white noise. Focus on the tone. Once you feel that sense of calm, where your blood pressure, your heart rate is like all nice and groovy, right? Like it's all like very settled into place. You're not like rapid and tachycardic over here and anxious. You're just like, you know what, I'm feeling good. I'm gonna ask source, okay, source, like, who's the right person for me to hire? Or source, you know what, should I move out of California? Is it time for me to sell my house? Like, that's the best time. And ask them, for me, I literally asked them, I was like, let me know it's from you. Let me know it's from higher self, like without a doubt. And it will feel very different. Like, it will feel definitive. It will not feel chaotic. It would not feel like you have to ask your mother for their opinion. You would know. There's this deep sense of knowing. So I hope that helps. If you have any more questions, actually leave the questions in the comments, because then I could create another video to piggyback on that question, to clarify if you have a question on, intuition versus your mind, or any other questions. If you like this video, please hit the like button. And while you're there, you might as well subscribe to my channel and hit that bell notification, so you don't miss out on my next video, which I usually post every Tuesday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So until then, I will see you all in the next video. Namaste.